coming.
Well done, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Wace aiki na hanya Kaduna na wanda kashe police area ne kashe
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
This afternoon to brief you once again in line with our vowed principle of transparency and accountability in what we do, to keep you updated on our recent operational and investigative activities, particularly operations and investigations that are being primarily carried out and powered by operatives of the IRT as well as the STS. We have today a total of 81 suspects. Most of the suspects here are suspects that have been indicted in our investigations and prima facie cases of murder, kidnapping, unlawful possession of weapons, and internet fraud clearly established against them. Of very significant note, before I allow you to begin to interact with the suspects, are the followings. One, a very deadly kidnapping gang known as the Abuja-Kaduna gang that was busted by our operatives. This gang are responsible, or rather were responsible before their eventual crackdown on them and before their eventual arrest, were responsible for so many terrible crimes, particularly along Kaduna axis and other states within the north central part of the country. As a matter of fact, on 11th August 2018, this very deadly gang ambushed a team of IRT operatives that were on a mission and killed 4 of the operatives. But ever since then, we have not relented on our efforts, and as I speak to you today, the majority of the members of that gang have all been rounded up. The rifles of the IRT operatives that were snatched from them after they were killed have all been recovered. 3 of the rifles are here on display. The leader of that gang, Abuja-Kaduna himself, has been neutralized. As a matter of fact, he died during an exchange of gunfire with our operatives on the 3rd of October 2019. The members of this gang will speak to you at the end of my brief. We also have yet another very dangerous gang led by one Rufai. This particular gang was formed in Katsina prisons. The members of this gang were all persons who have been prosecuted by the police, and some of them were serving jail sentences and were almost rounding off their sentences, while others were actually in the prison awaiting trials. Somehow they were able to get themselves together while in the prison, formed a very deadly gang, and while in the prison they hatched the plot to kidnap one Alhaji Tukuru Subairu, a wealthy businessman in Sokoto State. As soon as they were out of the prisons, they embarked on that mission, kidnapped the businessman, and collected ransoms running into several millions from him. Again, we went after them, and as I speak to you today, all the gang members have been arrested. If you look at our display table, you will see a total sum of 10.1 million naira, which is part of the ransom they collected. There's also another gang are responsible for the killing of Inspector Patrick Johanna. The incident happened somewhere along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway.
26th of August.
Patrick, a police inspector attached to the Special Protection Unit SPU, was gunned down by this gang on the 26th of August 2019. Again, you can't kill a police officer and sleep. You can't kill a police officer and go scot-free. We went after them, and we have the entire gang members with us. Our operatives here also extended their investigative and operational activities to Taraba State, where another kidnap gang numbering about 21 were all rounded up. That gang stands today totally decimated. They will speak to you at the end of my brief. Operatives of STS also acted on a very actionable intelligence and again busted a home where 10 internet fraudsters, popularly known as Yahoo Yahoo, were arrested. A look at this group showed clearly that they are all young persons. Out of the 10, one is a Ghanaian who incidentally told us that he is a secondary school student in Accra Academy, also located in Ghana. Some of these persons are graduates. As a matter of fact, one of them who we recognize as a leader of that particular group has a BSc in microbiology and an MBA in business administration. And this, for me, tells the story of the sophistication and the very creative, negatively creative nature of the internet fraudsters. Again, gentlemen of the press, you will interact with them. Drawing from some of the stories we've heard, particularly the story involving the kidnap of an honorable member in Sokoto, all suspects involved also been arrested. We want again to advise Nigerians to be wary of the people they employ and the company they keep. As a matter of fact, that particular kidnap was facilitated by someone from the same community. In fact, someone that got a filial relationship with the honorable member, who monitored the honorable member, monitored his itinerary, and eventually passed all relevant pieces of information to the kidnap syndicate before they eventually were able to clinically pick up the honorable member. The import of this is we must continue to monitor the persons we employ, particularly as domestic workers. Your drivers, your cooks, your nannies, your personal assistants, you must keep an eye on them. We are also availing members of the public our platforms, particularly the platforms we've got at the various state CIDs, as the various state commands of the Federation, to help members of the public to carry out detailed background checks on persons they intend to employ at domestic level. Background checks must not, you need not do background checks just as a one-off exercise. Even after your initial background check, you must constantly and consistently monitor your staff, because there could be sudden mutation in their characters. You must constantly monitor them, because they might just suddenly begin to keep new friends and begins to get new influences. But it's also important that you also show them love. We've also discovered in the course of our job experiences and operations and investigations that it is easier for outsiders and for criminal elements to prey on your domestic workers if you don't pay them as and when due, if you ill-treat them, if you don't show them love, and if you treat them as mere chattels rather than as human beings. A total of 8 AK-47 rifles, 344 rounds of AK-47 rifles, and about 15 other types of weapons of assorted mix, largely locally fabricated weapons, were also recovered during this period. And from our brothers in the internet fraud, a total of 10 laptops were recovered. These laptops will all be subjected to proper forensic examination before they will be charged to court. There are prosecutions going on in different courts of laws across the country. In our next briefing, we will be giving you statistics of some of the ongoing prosecutions. The incident in Castina has also showed you that even when we charge these people to court, even when they are in prisons, they are still plotting how to commit crimes as soon as they are out. The implication of this is that as a society and as a people, we must genuinely and collaboratively work together to attack and deal with the very root causes of crime and criminality in our country. As police officers, we continue to do our bit. We continue to we continue to do exactly what we are paid to do. But there are so many other criminogenic factors that are completely outside the control of the police. It is not the job of the police to raise up children in every home and in every family. It is not the responsibility of the police to run our educational institutions and religious institutions. And it is not the job of the police to provide jobs. But we will continue to work with other relevant agencies, citizens, particularly under the auspices of our national community program, national community policing program, to deal with as many of these things as we can. Thank you, and God bless you. Questions? Over from the Abuja-Kaduna groups. These are our rifles that were stolen after the murdered 4 of our personnel, IRT personnel. This is part of the ransom that was collected by the Rufai gang that kidnapped the Sokoto merchants. A total of 10.1 million have so far been recovered from them. Investigations into that incident is still ongoing. You have here proofs of the fraudsters. The most worrisome thing about this group is the fact that not only are they or were they carrying out fraudulent internet activities as at the time they were arrested, they were also carrying out tutorials for new members, meaning they were running both a criminal syndicate that is actually out to commit fraud, and they were also carrying out a cybercrime scale acquisition center. I mean, that's for me a very dangerous trend. We must work together to deal with this. And for us in the police, we will also be throwing back the challenge to the society, to parents especially, and to guardians, to monitor their words. Ask them questions where they are or where they are going, and try to find out how they spend their days and their nights. We must also begin to query sudden display of wealth. You can't be a father who is struggling to pay your children's school fees, and yet your son is coming back home with a handset or a phone that is valued over 300,000 naira, and you are not asking questions. And then suddenly a child who is supposed to be in the hostel in the university moves out of the hostel and is living in a rented 4-bedroom apartment, fully furnished, and driving a Mercedes-Benz car, and yet parents are keeping their eyes closed. We owe ourselves a duty to do the right thing as parents. And if in the course of our investigation we discover that you as a parent is complicit, You have been collecting money, and money is being wired from a student account to your account regularly, and you are supposed to be the one wiring money to the student account, and now this jobless, unemployed student is now wiring money into your account regularly, and you are buying property for him, and you are dealing in other kind of transactions on his behalf. We will arrest you, and we will prosecute you as an accessory to the crime of fraud.
Are you okay?
He's 30 years of age. Me sana'anka. He said that he's a farmer and also an armed robber. So nawa kai fashi da makami kafin a kama ka?
Gaskiya dama silitar muke sai muna amfani da shi da wannan taman shi da aka kama mu da ita.
So nawa kai fashi da makami kafin aka kama ka?
Gaskiya za a kai kamar sau shida.
He said he has robbed for almost 6 times before his arrest. Ka gaya mana labarin matan nan da aure da kuka yi rufe a gaban mijinta da
Yanzu aikin hanya ne da muka kama su a mota.
wani irin aikin hanya?
Fashi muka yi. Shi ne muka kama su a mota kuma kada ya ja mana muka yi amfani da ita.
He said that they are on a robbery operation along Zaria-Kaduna Expressway when they sighted a car conveying a man, his wife, and his mother, and 2 of their kids. Suddenly for them, they pull out the woman from the vehicle. They raped her in the presence of the husband, her mother-in-law, and the kids.
Yesu ɗaya aka taɓa tarewa da ni. Wannan kano ne a cikin muke zuwa ya kai su kamar 8.
They said they have patronized Kano Expressway more than 8 times. They operate at Kano, along Kano Expressway more than 8 times. Da kai da wani ne ke kungiyanku? Kuna ne?
Za mu kai 9.
He said that there are 9 in number from the syndicate.
How many victims?
Ya aka yi kuke samun kashin da kuke sawa?
Akwai wani ɗan jaji ko filatin shi yake kawo mana.
He said that one of their syndicate member, who from Jaji, a Fulani man, is the one that usually provide the clothes for them, military uniform for them. Nawa kuke biya an za a ba ku?
A ya rasu shi yake zuwa da su. Ba a biyan shi. Ba a biyan shi. Shi yake samu su dama. Shi aikin shi kenan. Zai samu kaki a yi a tafi shi.
He said that they don't pay him any amount. He usually provide, supply them with uniform. Whenever they are on operation, that's what they wear. That is why in the business. Fara aikin ku yanzu mutane ne ku ba da.
How many persons have they killed? How many persons has never killed?
So, a hanyar Kaduna zuwa Abuja, sau nawa kuka tare?
Sau ɗaya aka taɓa tarewa da ni.
Waye kuka ɗauka?
Ba ki da ɗin fashi da muka yi rana.
Wani ne suka yi kidnapping, manci ne? He said his name is Imorana. Me role ɗin da kake playing a wannan robbery da kuke yi?
Ni dama idan za su tafi sai wanci ya kira ni sai ce ma da akawo sai an ɗauke shi muna tafiya ya dinga kiran sauran.
He said that he is the operational driver. They use golf, black in color. And the method is that they usually pick their syndicate members at different locations. They usually communicate through phones. So now kuka tara hanyar Abuja.
Gaskiya duka da muke su 20 ba amma hanyar iya tunawa hanyar Abuja na kai su ya kai su 7 na hanyar Kano kuma zai kai kamar su 8.
He said for robbery and kidnapping, he took them to Kaduna Abuja Expressway for more than 7 times. Then Zaria Kano Expressway for more than 20 times.
It's okay.
Rufai Mohammed. Da kai da kuka yi kidnapping Alhaji Tukuru Sabaru na Sokoto.
Da ni da Isa da Usama da Babangida da Ibrahim da Nani.
Mu 7. There were 7 that kidnapped Alhaji Tukur Sabaru of Sokoto State.
Where did they meet? Where did they form their gang?
I know Kadu kuka tare da wayannan Fulani
a gidan yari.
in a prison custody. They met with 2 Fulani kidnappers in a prison custody.
Where is the prison?
Katsina prison.
How did they perfect their plans?
Okay, this is Rufai. As he said earlier, the gang met in Katsina prison. That is where they formed the gang. And after they came out, they went and kidnapped Alhaji Tuko in Sokoto State. We have been able to arrest all of them. And I'm going to ask him who gave them the job and how they did the planning. Whatever fighting.
Murtala.
Okay, he said it's one Murtala that brought the job to him before they started the planning. Now, Kasamu.
Miliyan 4,800. Miliyan 4,800 ne.
Okay.
Okay, the one he got, not the one share.
He got 4.8 million from the kidnapping. Why? His name is participating in one kidnapping. Okay, he said they did the kidnapping together with him. Now Kasamu. Okay, he said he got 4,800,000 too. Nesunanka. Labaran. Abdul Labaran is his name. Shekarun kana na da shekara 24. 24 years old. Da kai aka yi wannan kidnapping?
Mu kariba alhaji lokacin da yake ajin mota.
He said yes, he participated. They are the ones that monitored the Alhaji when he was coming with his car. Now aka samu a kidnapping din?
Miliyan 1,100,000.
He said he got 1.7 million naira in the kidnapping.
Go to part 3. Go to part 3.
Ban ci sauran suna nan an karba.
Ina kuɗi yake? Okay, he said he has not used the money, that the police have recovered the money, and he said that is the money. His money is part of this. Anna was killed along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. They came out to block the highway, and in the follow-up, we have been able to arrest all the gang members. This is one of the gang leaders of the group, and he's going to talk now. Mesonanka.
Ibrahim Alhaji Isa.
Ibrahim Alhaji Isa. Shakarunka now.
Ashirin.
Okay, he said he's Ibrahim Alhaji Isa. He's 20 years old. So now, who's selling Hanyang Abuja-Kaduna Expressway?
Biyar. To biyar.
He said they blocked Abuja-Kaduna Expressway 5 times for kidnapping. Who ne kuka yi kidnapping na wanda aka harbe inspector din nan?
Mu ne.
An harbe waye?
An harbe wani ɗan sanda.
Okay, yes, he confirmed it that he is the member of the gang that blocked the road on 26th of August and killed the police inspector. Kuna ne kuka yi aikin?
Mu biyar ne.
He said it's 5 of them that did the job.
What did the police do to them that made them kill them?
Okay, definitely kuka kashe police din.
Area ne ya kashe shi.
Okay, he said it's one of their gang member area who has been neutralized that gunned down the police. Bayan police kun kidnapping wani?
Mun kidnapping mutum da wanda ke tare da police.
Okay, he said they have kidnapped one person who is in the same vehicle with the police. Nawa kuka karɓa a wajen shi?
700,000 ne dai ashe wasu 700,000 tunda da muka kidnapping din shi ne gida na je. Sai da suka karɓi kuɗin suka kira suka ce sun samu 700,000 a hannun shi zo karɓa.
Okay, he said after they killed the police, they kidnapped one person and they collected 700,000. He said he's not sure, but the gang told him it's 700,000. So, but he got his share from it. How much? Now they share naka. Now they kasa much.
Na samu 250,000.
Oh, okay, yeah. As the gang leader, he said he got 250,000 naira out of the 700,000.
Does he have any regrets for what he has done so far?
Shi mutuwan police din nan ya yi muku da kuma bai muku abun ba.
Tsakani ga Allah ba ji daɗin abun ba da kasan babana ne aka harba saboda yadda muka ce ma area dan Allah kada taɓa shi. Mun yi gaba da wannan ɗayan, mun yi gaba da shi, mun hai wani ɗan gololo na rafi haka, muna shan muna tsaya gaba har dai muka yi bindiga ya tashi, muna tsayawa har ga ira ya iso ya shi a ya riga ya shi, muka ce tsakanin da Allah muka ce mu dai muka ya harbi mu ai police ne, muka ce ai da ka taɓo da shi ya ba ke gare shi.
Okay, yes, he said after successfully kidnapping one person and as they were going into the bush, one of the gang member unilaterally made decision and fired and killed the police inspector. So when they confronted him that why they took the police inspector, they were not happy with him. They asked him, why did you kill the police? He now said tell them that he killed him because he's a policeman. He now even told him that, why now? Even if he's a policeman, we can still get money from him. You shouldn't have killed him. We will have also collected money from him. Likewise, the other person that we kidnapped.
Now ask him, if government leave him now to go, will he continue with kidnapping or will he repent? Go done now, done.
Okay, yanzu idan aka yi ma alfarma a ce an sallame ka a nan, a ce ka tuba sallame ka, za ka je ka ci gaba ne ko za ka ci gaba ba?
Ni na tuba har abada, Allah ka har abada na tuba na bari har abada.
He said he has left the kidnapping forever, that if he has been given the privilege of going free, he will never go and kidnap again. Me shawaranka da mutane da barayi da kidnapper da suke waje yanzu, me za ka gaya musu, me shawara za ka ba su?
Idan ina ba su shawara, Allah Ubangiji ya sa su dawo hanyar gaskiya su ba wannan aiki.
Aikin yana da kyau ne ko bai da kyau?
Bai da kyau.
Ke so bari kenan? Dan me kace bai da kyau?
Saboda an kama ni naji a jiki.
Okay, he said that for other kidnappers out there is that they should leave the kidnapping, because if not they will be arrested, and he too has been arrested and he has seen the consequences of being arrested. He knows what he's passing through now. So he's advising that they should leave this crime.
Isiaka Aliu. He said his name is Isiaka Aliu. He said that he was arrested for the offense of criminal conspiracy, armed robbery, and kidnapping.
To can dai waɗanda da sauran yanzu mutum hudu na mu tara na inda sani bisa tsakanin da Allah, sannan ni ban taɓa yi ba da gonare shi abubba cikin mu da dogo da garaje da Ibrahim.
Wane ne ba ku information? Who gave you? Why ba ku information?
Ni muna muka ba su mu yan gari.
He said that he lives in Bude town. He's the one that provides information as well as surveillance to the kidnap group.
What is the relationship with the honorable?
Gaskiya mu dai honorable nan dan uwan mu na dan garin mu na, har muke da shi gari guda muke da shi.
He said that he is their relation, and apart from that, they live in the same village with the honorable member.
That's okay.
Abinda aka ba su a miliyan 15 an ka ba su.
He said that after the kidnapping, they collect the ransom of 15 million naira.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Ni abinda suka bani 320 sun kace za su wani, amma saboda ni wallahi ban taba lalura ba, sai bana suka neme ni suka ce in ba su wani kasuwanci na wani, muka haɗa kai da mu da waɗannan muka ba su shiya. Sai
he said he was given the sum of 350,000 naira.
Okay. Give me the which
Niger. You create in Niger.
Wait. Two of them are here. Ernest Obo will speak to you. He has been very candid. I expect that in the course of his discussion, he will tell you what drove him into this. He has got a first degree in microbiology and a master's degree in business administration from the University of Benin. This for me is a clear misapplication of one's cerebral's ability, but he will talk to you shortly. He in the internet world, he is actually a medical doctor with the United Nations, and his speciality in the fraud business is actually presenting himself or themselves as persons who are eligible to marry expatriates. So they usually use the dating the dating app and the dating online dating sites. He will talk to you shortly.
I got an appointment as a sales rep, so I was brought to Benin, that is Edo State, to cover Edo Delta. So while I was doing that job, that was when I enrolled for my master's program. So in 2012, I got a job from a company. The name of the company is Global Healthcare Limited. They are based in Lagos. So I was covering Edo Delta and Kogi State. So what they do is to take all their drugs to hospitals, to end users.
Fast track to how you started.
So in 2016, immediately after election, I lost my job because then the company had problem with sourcing drugs from abroad because they normally need dollars to buy products. So I was out of job. So, and I didn't want to continue working with a pharmaceutical company. I wanted to start on my own because for working with a pharmaceutical company for 16 years, I have clients, that is the doctors that buy the drugs from me. I know where to buy the drugs and I know where to sell it. So I was in the verge. I also opened a pharmacy shop. So, but I was looking for capital to buy drugs, because if you collect product from
NS, go into why you are here.
Okay.
Fast track to when you started.
Okay,
Fast track to when you started the internet fraud thing and how you do it.
In June this year, I have a friend. His name is Endurance. Okide. He's a friend, a childhood friend. So he knew that I've lost my job. So this internet fraud is what he does. So he now introduced me into this internet fraud. So I started June this year. That is how I left Benin to Abuja. We were staying in Lugbe. So early this so when we started, we were like 20, but because money were not coming in, many of the boys now ran away. They will run. So, but presently, before the police came, we were 12. How we operate is, see somebody on the internet, a woman, you ask her her job, her profession, then you introduce yourself, then you tell the woman you want to marry her, that you are looking for a husband, that you are a divorcee, or you want to marry. Then if the woman agrees, you build a relationship with her. Over time, you now ask this woman to apply for your vacation, because where you work, you cannot go out without UN approving your vacation to go out. So when she agreed to apply, then you write a letter and give to the woman to send to the UN, to the United Nations. Then when the woman writes to the UN will approve the letter. They will tell the woman the requirements for her to meet for her, so that you can pay with her. And the requirement is you should pay some money for your insurance, for your life and health insurance, because being in a war zone, you cannot travel out of that place without insuring your life. So when the woman pays that one, after that one, you ask her to pay for your flight ticket.
How much does she pay?
Okay, the first Daito category for 30 days. The payment for life and health insurance is $1,050. $1,050. Then for 60 days, it's like $3,000.
So since you have started, how many?
Since June that I have started, I have not collected money. No, it's funny because why?
You have tutored how many students have you tutored? How many claims?
20, like as I said, when we started, 20 students. Let me use students were there. All of them are from Benin. Some are outside Benin. They will come with their laptop. It's not a school. This person, what he wants is.
Told them what they want to do.
Yes, when they come, I have to put them through. This is what we do. Then this is what we do. Then when they have problem in talking to their client, that is to their woman now, then they will look for somebody whose hand is stronger, which is other.
All right, thank you.
From Ghana. And I'm attending school at Accra Academy.
How old are you?
I'm 19 years. Oh, a friend told me to visit Uchi. So as I come here, he told me this is how he does to make his money. So I should just follow them up. I should just try and learn it. But I told him I'm going back 10th October because I'm going to school. I'm going to school. So yes. So 23rd September, that is when they arrest us. So 23rd September, that is when they arrest us. That is why I'm still here.
Okay.
So what's your regret so far?
Coming to Nigeria.
Coming to Nigeria was not your problem. Your problem was joining. You were looking for quick money.
No, I do not tell him that I'm coming for money.
Is your parents aware that you are?
No.
So what is your regret now? You are not regretting anything.
I regret following criminals. Yes.